Give yourself some enjoyment and freedom of life. Shake shit up a bit. You know what? If you've been eating and working out and doing the same thing every day at the same time, I want you to just do something different. Not for me, for yourself. Hi, everyone, and welcome to my show, Revive with Janna. Thank you all for tuning in. If my voice sounds a little raspy or just quiet, that's because I'm really close to losing my voice. And if you listen to the last episode and I sounded the same, or if you're watching on YouTube and I look the same and I'm wearing the same outfit, that's because I'm recording this episode right after the last one. It's been crazy, crazy busy. And as many of you know, especially if you follow me on social media or here, then you know that I just had the release of my first book, Unfuck Your Mind. Know that it was a #1 bestseller and a #1 new release in multiple categories. And that was just about a week ago from this recording. And so on January 11th. And so my phone hasn't stopped. The emails haven't stopped. The interviews. And so I have just been overwhelmed with joy, love, appreciation, and gratitude for each and every one of you, for everyone who purchased my book, who then went and did what I asked them to do, like help me out, purchase my book. And then I need you to rate it and review it. Tell me what you thought about it. And that, folks, helped me so much. That's why I received the rankings that I did and the #1s that I did, the #2s and #3s. Heck, I received #1s, #2s, and #3s in categories the book wasn't even in. So, I'm not going to repeat everything that I said last week. But you can see it all on my Instagram page, just where I really post the most. And you can see all the updates and how it went. But I'm still on cloud nine, and I leave tomorrow to go to a work event. And so um, I'm just now, almost a week later, able to record. Normally, I have episodes just waiting, right? And I get ahead of the schedule so that I'm not put in a situation like this to record late at night. So it's like almost midnight here. And, I am, in fact, I'm having a cold beer and I'm recording this. And if you're thinking, did you just say beer? All right, come on, guys, let's get with it. First of all, name of my book is Unfuck Your Mind. I clearly don't give a shit. #2, you're probably wondering what your nutritionist, you drink beer. Yeah, I fucking do. But you know what? That leads me to my topic for the day. So I'm going to put my nutritionist hat back on because I feel like the last few episodes, I really have focused a lot on the mindset and narcissist and in my book. And I don't believe that I have to stay in just one niche, right? Because first and foremost, Lyme disease is what led me to the path of learning the power of food, and that food was either your medicine or your poison. And that with every bite, I was either healing myself, feeding Janna, nourishing me, or I was feeding a disease, right? That's what led me to becoming a nutritionist and a health coach. And I'm still extremely passionate about that. And for the longest time, the reason I was just staying in the nutritionist lane was because I was like, well, yeah, but I'm a nutritionist. And, but you know what? I had a deep burning passion about the mindset, because I know that it was my mindset. The shift I made when I was sick with Lyme disease and literally almost like died from it. I know that mindset shift, that's what saved my life. That's the reason I got well. That is the #1 reason. That was the foundation to me getting well. It wasn't just me thinking it. It was me thinking it and then continuing to think it, believe it. And then guess what? As I've said before, actions follow your thoughts. That adversity, overcoming that adversity, that was the first realization for me of the power of the mindset, right? So when I decided a year and a half ago, like, fuck that. I don't have to fit in one box. I don't fit in boxes anymore. If you're reading my book, I don't fit in anybody's box, and damn sure don't make my own fucking box. You can't fly. You can't spread your wings and fly in a box, right? The wings aren't going to spread open, and you can't fly when there's a ceiling above yourself. So don't ever put a ceiling above yourself. Don't corner yourself in this little invisible box that's meant to keep you comfortable and safe. Always have a floor. The floor is your boundaries, my friends, right? Like you don't go low. You don't. All that bullshit's underneath you. So jumping back into nutrition. Um, yeah, I've just decided these are the things I'm really, really good at. And you know what? They go hand in hand because part of becoming a functional nutritional therapy practitioner, holistic nutritionist, an integrative nutrition health coach, part of the learning in that, it wasn't just what you eat. It's not just what you eat, supplements, exercise, it's your sleep, right? It's your stress, it's your mindset. But what I have learned, and this is the absolute truth, cannot be denied. Your mindset is the foundation to every other success in your life, right? No matter what it is, what your talent is, whether you want to be successful at learning how to eat right and lose weight and feel your very best, whether you want to overcome a disease like Lyme disease and heal yourself, no matter what actions you take because you desperately want to feel well, it's not sustainable if your mindset's not right. This is the reason that people yo-yo diet, and they want the magic pill and they want it fast and quick, and they'll starve themselves to death feeling like shit, hungry, hangry, grouchy, gassy, maybe even lose a few pounds. And then they end up eating the whole damn house and the cow, right? And then gaining more weight back than they lost, right? Like, hello, did it ever dawn on you to maybe find what works best for you, right? And you know what? Um, I don't care if someone drinks alcohol or not, right? It's okay to drink some alcohol if you know how to do it and you're responsible with it, um, and you know that it's not an issue for you. Some people have an addictive personality, right? But let me tell you something. I don't, and I have worked my ass off, and I'm gonna enjoy me a nice cold beer. My kids are in bed, my husband's asleep, and damn if I don't deserve it, right? But to get back onto that, I want to talk about finding the balance in that, and doing what's right for you, right? Whatever works for your best friend or your spouse or your parents or coworkers or whoever, whatever works for them and staying healthy or eating right or losing weight or maintaining their weight, it is not a one size fits all. So as a nutritionist, I worked with a variety of people, teenagers, men, women, different ages. Some were just gut health. Some just wanted to lose weight. Um, feel their very best. And then I worked with people that were really sick with Lyme disease. And then I worked with people that had autoimmune diseases. And I didn't give them all the same recommendations because they're not the same. We're not made the same. Our bodies work differently. And so you have to find what works for you. There was a time I could not enjoy a cold beer because my body was in such a sensitive state of inflammation that it was horrific, right? And then there was a time, when I suffered with eating disorders that the guilt that I would give myself, and I would truly believe in my head I was going to gain 5 pounds overnight if I had one beer. No, that might sound insane, but that's part of having, eating disorders. So I no longer now shame myself for a guilty pleasure or feel bad, if I want to indulge, because we all have our vices. You just want to make sure your vices are like, not super unhealthy, right? But trust me, sometimes I have some enchiladas and queso, right? But there's things that I just don't do, right? So to find the balance, you need to have your like hard nose. Then you need to have the things that you're like, okay, I can do that. But then you also have to set some rules for yourself. So here's mine, for example, to help you out. My hard nose are sugar, gluten, wheat. Those are my hard nose. I do not do those, and I do not do dyes. Those are my three hard nose: gluten, sugar. You call it four if you want. Gluten, sugar, wheat, and dyes. Those are the absolute hell no. Okay. And then My other one is to know what I can have, but to know how much, right? And because as a person who suffered from three different eating disorders and one just being, oh no, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, one of the most difficult things to overcome was the guilt after I felt, especially after eating more than I thought I should have, or a type of food I thought would make me, bloated. And so it's learning how to do things in moderation and being okay with it, right? Like, you know what? I ate more than I wanted to, and I just meant to have it for one meal and it was two. Cool. You're still alive. You're still breathing. Your life didn't end, right? You can't be hard on yourself. You can't beat yourself up. But the other thing is that in order for you to have a sustainable way of eating and working out and sticking to it, the other thing that makes it sustainable is being able to do what works for you and not worry if it works for other people, not um not giving yourself those, call it, if you want to call it a cheat meal. I don't really like the word cheating because it seems like you're doing something wrong. I'm going to use the word indulge. You have got to be able to indulge in no matter what way of life you're going after. You got to have a little bit of indulgences, right? We are not meant to be boring people that do the same damn thing every day at the same time like a fucking robot, right? Too many people, it's like, oh, I didn't eat at a certain time. And why do I say that? Am I judging? No, I used to be one. Guilty. I was so anal because food and timing was everything for me when I was sick. I used to be so anal about it. That was miserable, and it made it miserable for those around me. It was like, you know what? Fuck it. Who gives a shit? If 90% of the time I eat when I want to eat, which is between 5 and 6 p.m., 6:30 when I have the kids, then I don't really give a shit what happens on the other 10%, right? Pick and choose your battles. Parents, if you're a parent, you've heard that term to use with your own kids. Pick and choose your battles. But as an adult with yourself, you have to pick and choose your own battles, right? Perfectionism is a mask. It's not achievable. Don't go for that. Don't put such high expectations on yourself that you fail. Because then what's that going to do? It's going to leave you frustrated and feel let down and like a failure. What you got to realize is you're the one doing it to yourself. You're the one setting the bar. What if you just make your goals achievable? Oh, Janna, that's too easy. I mean, of course I can. Really? Let me tell you something. I got a list a mile long of shit that for every single day, every single night, I make a to-do list. And I go and I look at the list I made the night before. I mark off everything I did. And then I go and I start a new one. And I add the things I didn't do. I still need to do those. Are those still important? Did something else happen where now I don't have to deal with that? Right? And I don't beat myself up anymore if I don't get every little thing done. I just don't. But I used to make really like large goals and just like, that's what I want. Of course I'm going to do the little ones. Well, I never achieved the big ones. Instead, it was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this one day at a time. Guys, sometimes I'm having a tough day from hell and I got to do an hour at a time. I don't give a shit. I'm so overwhelmed right now with the things I got to do, but I'm not going to complain because they are the blessings that I've been dreaming of, right? So be grateful for where you are. And it's okay to indulge a little and have a beer if you want, have a piece of chocolate if you want. Stop being hard on yourself because all you're doing is you're putting stress on yourself and then you're just like, fuck it, I messed up. I might as well just go all in. Well, that's not good either. But give yourself some enjoyment and freedom of life. Shake shit up a bit. You know what? If you've been eating and working out and doing the same thing every day at the same time, I want you to just do something different. Not for me, for yourself. Eat that meal 15 minutes later. All right? Do 15 minutes less of your workout. Maybe start your workout 15 minutes earlier or later, or you just don't even do it. See what happens. If you don't work out and everything else works in your day, are you still going to be alive tomorrow? Kicking and breathing? Probably so. Like sometimes we just got to take things off our own plate. And I say this because I can't begin to describe what it took to write the book and to um, make it whole like I did in the sense of like how I needed to feel about it. But I was getting myself so stressed out and so overwhelmed with everything, especially the weeks I had the kids. Like, I'm not doing good enough, and I'm not, there for everybody. And my husband was like, babe, there's only one of you. You're kicking ass. Do what you can do for this hour and then repeat every single hour. And he was instrumental in helping me to stop being so OCD about that. Maybe I'm a mindset coach, nutritionist. Sure, I am, but I'm not perfect. And I haven't perfected everything. I am a work in progress and I always will be. And as long as you are always a work in progress, and you're always adaptable, flexible, and pliable, and you can always change and do better in life. So, my message for today is stop being so damn hard on yourself, okay? And whatever it is you're wanting in life that you've had a hard time getting, try taking off the mask of perfection, the high expectations, and give yourself some wiggle room and some breathing room and be gentle on yourself. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to just let go and enjoy yourself a little bit. All right. I love you, friends. Hey, if you haven't, go buy my book, Unfuck Your Mind by Janna Johnson. It's available on Amazon and soon to be everywhere else. Ebook, paperback, hardback, and take a picture. Send it to me on Instagram at Revive by Janna. Tag me and I'll repost, reshare, and rate and review. All right. Thank you. I love you all. Have a good day.